It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And all eyes are on Jared Goff. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Lions and the Vikings, next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. The regular season ends here. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Long road to get here, but now we are here. The season finale. Playoffs begin next Saturday, so it's time for one last regular season kickoff.
In Week 18, it could just be so tricky, can't it, Mike? I mean, on one side, you got teams that have the playoffs wrapped up. So Week 18, it's a chance potentially to rest some starters or maybe get them out of the game early and get geared up for next week and the start of the playoffs. You got some teams that are fighting for...
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from Ford Field. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a...
Oh, and they come after him right away, and down he goes on the first play of the game.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff.
So you spend all week, Mike, working on what they call the opening script. It's the plays that you love the most and you want to get called early. The problem? None of those plays account for being called inside your own 5-yard line. But that's exactly where they find themselves after that sack, and that's a disastrous start.
So on 4th down, the Lions send out Jack Fox to punt. Back deep, the dangerous Jamal Agnew. Perhaps it didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game in a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction, defense. Automatic 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Play action now. It's McCarthy. Open man downfield. It's Addison. A nice throw by the rookie out of Michigan. It's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Throwing a comeback route against zone coverage, it could be a little bit tricky. Remember, in zone, the defender's eyes are on the quarterback. So if your receiver doesn't sell that right, and this ball's not thrown on time, you're going to end up watching that defender take this thing back the other way.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They run it once more with Jones. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Now movement up front. It's a big decision coming from the officials. Who's the penalty on? On 4th down, it's Will Riker time for this Viking field goal. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. We check out the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend, and you see he is currently 2nd in that category. On 1st down, it's Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
This one intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Jones now on 1st and 10. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He'll try to run for it.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. That's taken in, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. He was short when he caught it, but knew exactly where he needed to get to. Gets there and keeps the drive alive.
And the Vikings 1st down.
Throwing now, it's McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Lions offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us, and we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 16-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one caught by Donovan Peoples-Jones.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Goff to throw on 1st down. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Automatic 1st down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard.
At the 9-yard line.
From the gun, it's Goff. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
7-yard gain. Complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
To throw is Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
They'll run with Montgomery. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Lions 7, Vikings 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jamal Agnew now to return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. Kirby Joseph there to make the play. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down. Here's Austin McNamara now. And he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this first quarter of play. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On play action, Goff. That's going to be incomplete, and it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Goff. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Goff to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. Goff to throw. He'll try and get there. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Vikings have got it.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll try the left side with Jones. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll run the toss here with Jones. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Offense.
Now whistles and a timeout. A run now for Chandler. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. Brings up second down at the Lions' 21-yard line.
Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake filled first half continues. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. On third and long, here's McCarthy. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up fourth down. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. Officially, it's a 36-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings are back within one. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. And that one incomplete.
It's pretty remarkable at this stage, Mike, that they're even winning this game. I mean, anytime a quarterback is completing less than 50% of his throws, you just don't see that very often, and it just seems like time and time again, this quarterback and his intended targets, they're just not on the same page.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Well, I got to see this guy up close and personal last year in the NFC Championship. And let me tell you, Jahmyr Gibbs is a flat-out playmaker. It's his ability not only on the ground as a traditional running back, but when they get the ball in his hands as a receiver, he could take every single play the distance.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he had to push through one tackler, but is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain here. Here's 3rd and 7. Now, Goff. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Here's Jack Fox now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Vikings offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be third down. Here's McCarthy. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down. Like, living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to go to work once more. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. The motion man is Raymond. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction. Defense. Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Here's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Ball sitting at the 7, 1st and goal. Here's Goff. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
On 2nd down, Goff. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. Nice run here on 2nd down, inside the 5, with more options now available for 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jared Goff. Touchdown, Detroit. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Agnew on the return. and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Lions offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That one knocked away and incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs. Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide-angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Here's the punter now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Vikings offense ready to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. From the gun, here's McCarthy. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses.
And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. On comes the punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. Throwing on second down, Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd and 2. Goff. He's got his tight end, that's Laporta. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. On 1st down, it's Goff. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. The Lions call their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Plenty of room after that catch. Big gainer of 23.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He connects with St. Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's the 3rd and final timeout for the Lions, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Goff. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Williams in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He's got his big tight end, Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. The veteran Jamal Agnew going to bring it out. And he goes nowhere, buried back at the 15-yard line. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. Halftime here on this final weekend of the NFL regular season. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. 13-7, your final score. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Richie James now on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. On second down, here's McCarthy. Open man downfield, it's Addison. 20 yards on that pass play. It'll be a Vikings first down.
And the Vikings first down.
In motion, it's Jefferson. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. Michael Thomas with the reception. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Here's Jones. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up fourth down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the top quarterbacks in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yards. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
A second down throw for Goff. Over the middle, he's got St. Brown.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. A really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Gibbs. Not much there, maybe a yard.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
The motion man is Raymond. Goff to throw. He finds Raymond for the completion. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now, Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Goff. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Jones. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, they're able to get something going on the ground here to start the 3rd quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations to run the ball.
And they're going to mark them down up past the 35.
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the 2nd half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. To throw is McCarthy. Now they'll set up the screen for Chandler. Can't ask for much more. On the screen, they gain 19 yards and a 1st down.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these 1st downs and go finish with 6.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. Here comes the screen to Jones. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Lions' 37-yard line.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. McCarthy going to look to throw again. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. And he missed it. It's no good. And they do not cut into the deficit.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Goff to throw on 1st down. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant, and this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
It is caught left side by St. Brown. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. On the handoff, Jones. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's McCarthy. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now their pass protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Whoa! And he is going backwards. Good coverage there to make sure he did not get free. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they'll try to keep it going. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd and 9.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Third down and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. That's over the middle, taken in by Laporta. And he's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Goff. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Throwing on second down. Goff. Catch is made by Wright.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On second down, here's McCarthy. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And right about now, they might be thinking, are we sure we want an off week next week? They're going to head into the bye with momentum as they try to polish this one off. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try to set up the screen here. They smelled the screen and took care of it. Blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Still third down.
The penalty gets them back where they started, and it is third down and 10. On play action, Goff. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. The Lions will punt this ball away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start out first down and 10. On the give, it's Jones. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Second and 7. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. To throw, it's McCarthy. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up fourth down. It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Look at the big man go. And he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Goff gives it to Gibbs. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground? I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Agnew on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense getting set to get back to work. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. Looking to set up the screen there, but he decides not to force it, and it's incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Ever so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
1st and 10. Throwing, Goff. Catch is made. That is Williams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic first down.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Gibbs, and he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Jonathan Fuller. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
And he will score. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Here's Badgley for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. On the return, here's James. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And this is where we stand. Final weekend of the regular season is upon us, and we'll know the brackets and the seedings for the postseason at the end of the night. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And that's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback. To the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
2nd and a yard.
At the 40-yard line.
To the air once more is McCarthy. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
You get so caught up defending all of these weapons all over the field, and it's sometimes really easy to forget about the back. And in this case, the quarterback does a nice job just dropping the ball off in his check down, and he lets him do the rest.
He's got this on target to Addison. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. In motion comes Thomas. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. So instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
So the key to this fourth down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge fourth down stop.
Second down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 44-yard line.
A run here with Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll go play action with Goff. And that is incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This one complete to Oliver.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Minnesota.
Setting up to throw is McCarthy. This one is caught by Addison. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing again is McCarthy. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At their 40.
That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now McCarthy. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They get 24 on that one. And just like that, it's 1st and goal. Here's McCarthy. That is caught. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. Something you do not want to see here in the final week of the season, as he will get himself checked out. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Lions. They finish off the regular season with some momentum, and they'll wait with bated breath to find out who they're going to play next week in the wild card round. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.